Do you want to put ESPN on? Because,
no.
Breaking news.
No.
Left and right.
We did that during the emergency recording. You couldn't pay attention.
And it got rave reviews. For the listening audience, they'd be none the wiser.
Okay. So you would rather watch ESPN than record?
No. Porque no los dos, Des.
Watching TV and doing a podcast at the same time.
Watching TV, breaking news. We should just start right off the bat. Des, guess what happened as we were setting up our studio?
As we were setting up, what happened, Drew?
Mike Tomlin informed the Pittsburgh Steelers that he's stepping down after 19 seasons with the team.
19 seasons. Guys, someone was born, graduated high school, and is starting college with Tomlin as their head coach.
They are now searching for their fourth head coach since 1969.
The Raiders are searching for their fifth head coach in 4 years. 5 years.
Crazy.
That's bonkers. So the AFC North is on fire right now.
Yeah.
The fact that I always get these confused. John Harbaugh's
looking for a
and
job.
Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Two of the most tenured? Is that how you would say it?
Tenured, I think.
Tenured? Because that's 10 years?
No, that's not what that means.
Just they've been there for a while. Anyways, two of the top coaches that have been with their teams for a long time have now left. Tomlin stepping down, according to reports from his own. Everyone else has been fired.
We're just starting off.
Yeah, we are just going into it.
Yeah.
Screw the warm up. But I mean, it literally just happened.
Yeah.
But now Andy Reid is the longest employed head coach.
Yeah, because it was Tomlin. Tomlin was you just said that.
No, that's okay.
But yes.
This is crazy, guys.
Crazy.
And we have said a lot of times on Sportsball, this is like one of the most insane NFL seasons. If you're not a huge NFL fan or you're just a single team fan, I hope Sportsball has helped sort of open up watching all the other teams. And this is proof. Yeah, Drew really wants to say something. He's literally not breathing, so he can say something. What do you want to say?
100%. Also, we're watching Traders again, new season of Traders.
Oh, that's what we can.
And I did have this thought though, if even you're I don't know about football, I don't see what's going on. If you're just you love tea and you love drama, this is the time to get in because teams are breaking up with teams. Or coaches are breaking up with teams are courting other coaches.
What does this have to do with Traders?
Reality TV. Drama.
Drew watches one reality TV show and he's like, listen, I got the drama. I'm in with the tea. I know. That's why Bravo has found that's why I'm a Bravo-holic.
And it's so funny because Des is new season of Traders, and I'm get on it. And I'm I'll watch it. And I was I finally watched it. 2 seconds, and I was I love this show.
It's so good, you guys. If you haven't been watching The Traders, 1, what are you doing with your life? And 2, go ahead, Drew. God damn. Do you know
why I'm hyped up?
Why?
I'm drinking piping hot coffee. Brand new thing, just hot off the market. Insulated thermoses that keep your coffee warm.
The epitome of Des and Drew's friendship. When we moved in together, spoiler alert, we lived together. From the get-go, we were we're not going to mention this. Now we're just we're roommates. It's fine.
Yeah.
From the get-go, I had 4 coffee mugs, right? All insulated. And I was you know what? I'll get 2 more. So, Drew, you can drink out of them, right? He loves having a coffee mug with a handle. So, he just, never would drink out of it.
I would, the ceramic coffee, clearly you keep these inside. When I walk my dog, hand and mug, take them outside.
We went to the farmer's market one time.
To be fair, that was an insulated mug with a handle.
Either way, he is walking around with a mug at the farmer's market. And here I am I don't know this man. 2 men stopped Drew and said, hey man, love the vibe.
Dude.
What is with men loving just the handles on the mugs? Okay, the handles on the mugs. No, what I was going to say is the epitome of a Des and Drew friendship is when we moved in together, April 2024, so Oh my God, 2023.
No,
What
it's
year is it?
It's 2024.
Holy shit, it's 2026. 2 years ago almost, when we moved in, I got 2 extra mugs so Drew and I could have these mugs if we wanted them. This is the first time he has ever used it. And I don't know if you guys remember Sportsball, like 2 weeks ago, I was saying one of my pet peeves is that Drew just keeps adding hot waters to his coffee. And he's like, well, I got to warm it up. Drew, all morning, he made coffee over 3 hours ago. All he keeps saying, he goes, wow, it's still hot.
Piping hot. It's the same temperature it was when I started drinking it. I mean.
I told him, I was looking out the window as I was pondering life, and I was like, Drew, if anything, this friendship, this dynamic has taught me patience. That's what this has taught me. So I'm happy to have you aboard.
Of course, you know what it's taught me? You're not always mad at me. Even though it feels like you're always mad at me.
Hang on, we need to put a disclaimer there that it's not because it's who I am. It's half of who I am and half of who you are.
I think we're a match made in hell sometimes.
Because when I'm in the zone, like, I'm just in the zone.
Yeah.
I just get my shit done, and I'm not mean. No. I'm just not overly friendly, bit.
Yes.
I'm just getting my shit done.
Yes.
But when Drew is around me, when I'm in the zone, because I'm not friendly, he then resorts to, oh, that's because they're mad if they're not super friendly.
Well, I also think everyone's mad at me all the time. There are times I've gone through like different things where I'm like, I don't know if my mom likes me very much. And I'm like, that's crazy. Dude. Is it though? Sometimes.
But, yeah, you know, like, these are things that we've learned as we've lived together. Yes. You know, that I also can't always be in the zone. We've navigated that I've had to like get out of the zone because that's not always fun for people around me.
But what I think it is more than anything that I've learned more, because I've known that about you for a while, but I think the speed and quickness with which you can switch in and out of the zone is what can be alarming at times. It's like bit, we're having fun, couple seconds, go to drink water. Des, how's it going? I'm like, oh, we're working now. We're work mode. Like, the speed with which you switch sometimes is crazy.
Like, oh my God, yeah, there's just a lot of instances I can think of right now, but we're not going to harp on this because, guys, we got Wild Card Weekend.
We have so much football to talk about.
So much football. We got to get right into it. So watch Traders. We're doing fine. You're doing fine. Anything to catch up on?
No.
Great. Yeah, I don't have anything like too like earth shattering.
No.
Besides, did you know the penny's retiring?
Oh, okay, fine. You know what? I was gonna be like, no, I have nothing to say, but Des is gonna go to his dumb penny thing. I tried a new Doritos flavor yesterday. Didn't like it.
And on that note, let's get into football. Okay, guys. So we start out this episode hot with Mike Tomlin's news. Okay, we were saying and somehow got into the Traders and then Rainbow Roaded all over the place. We're now back. This is huge. If you're just getting into football, you're just getting into all the other teams. This is a historic season. There's 9 teams now.
9 vacancies as of now.
Vacancies.
Over a quarter of the league is looking for head coach.
I'm so interested. Is it the most vacancies?
No, I knew you were going to ask that.
Okay.
It's 2023. I only heard this on a podcast. There's been 10 or 11 vacancies at one point the last couple of years. But it's up there for sure. Yeah,
so it's up there, but I think why this is so historic and why this is so earth-shattering this year's coaching carousel is there's a lot of historic teams that have their coaches up. Even McDaniel, like, a lot of people didn't see it coming. I'm not putting him in the same boat as Tomlin and Harbaugh. Settle down. But we didn't see it coming.
No.
Whereas, like, we saw a lot of the other teams that have fired Titans. Like, there's a lot of other things.
And I'll just jump right into this little tidbit right away. I've heard reports that McDaniel didn't see it coming either. So much so.
Drew.
That there are reports that Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, interrupted McDaniel during an exit meeting he was having with a player, aka a player who was either done with his contract or they were deciding to part ways, the player and the team. McDaniel was conducting that exit interview, at which point Stephen Ross came in and interrupted the interview to immediately have the interview the meeting / firing of McDaniel. So, like, McDaniel walked into the facility that day conducting his day-to-day, I'm working for the team, never mind, now I'm fired.
My jaw?
Yeah.
on the floor.
Tea.
Who reported this? How did we hear this?
heard it on a podcast that I listened to, and then I tried to Google and I couldn't find the actual reporting, but I trust the podcast to bring it up.
Yeah.
It's not, there are rumors that that's how it happened.
Okay.
So it's not like big time reporting. You know what is a real reporting?
What is?
That is not, I didn't do it, but it's been found and proven as real. This weekend, guess what McDaniel was doing?
Wait, I saw a photo, but I didn't know if it was real. No way. No way.
So people sometimes talk about like, oh, there's so many coaches going around. They call it the coaching carousel, right? McDaniel was literally on a carousel this weekend at Disney World, Gucci'd out, wearing Gucci galore, just living his best life.
I didn't know that was real.
He was literally on a carousel at Disney World.
Why was he alone? Because the picture
No, his daughter was there.
Oh, I didn't see the daughter.
No, it wasn't by himself.
I thought he was literally on a carousel
Would not be
by
surprised
himself.
if McDaniel was like, honey, I'm going to Disney World. You guys can't come. I need a minute.
Is that a bad look? Why?
You already know what you're getting with McDaniel. That doesn't surprise you.
Okay, so because...
What do you think? You think he should be working?
I don't know. Like, should he be interviewing? Should he be, like, head down? Like, I gotta be traveling? I mean, it's all virtual right now.
He's in Detroit right now.
Okay.
Interviewing for the Lions offensive coordinator position. Can you imagine Mike McDaniel and...
Yes. Yes.
What's his name?
Yes.
What's his name?
Oh my God, I want to say Dan Quinn. It's not Dan Quinn.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. Thank you.
Guys, I think I have early onset Alzheimer's. I'm like genuinely terrified. That
There's
I
a
do.
lot of names. Don't worry about it. Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Did we talk about this?
Well, you really wanted Dan Campbell to come with Dolphins. He was with the Dolphins at one point. Yada yada. I think that would be. I think Mike McDaniel should go to the Lions. As the OC, he's one of the top OCs. If the Lions are serious, they're going to offer him a big bag. And then they're going to go. Because look what happened when Ben Johnson left. We talked about this last week. But if he comes on, they need a really good OC. They need a decent DC. Lions are back, baby.
Yeah.
Lions are back.
Could be crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's happened. He's also already had interviews with the Browns and the Titans for their head coaching positions.
Okay.
So that's about it. As far as that, the other thing that I find interesting is that everyone's talking about Harbaugh, and the only reason that the Dolphins fired McDaniel was because Harbaugh became available. While there are reports that that's not true, that the Dolphins made this decision independent from the fact that Harbaugh was available, what people are starting to piece together is that the Dolphins had their first round of GM interviews, like long GM interviews. Then they narrowed it down. Then they had a second round of GM interviews. Then they fired McDaniel. What a lot of people are saying is, regardless of if it involves Harbaugh or not, what a constant theme that came up in those GM interviews is that almost all, if not every GM that was interviewing said you need to get a new head coach. And that Stephen Ross made the decision after holding all of those GM interviews because a constant theme that came up was, I will come on, but I want my own head coach. None of them, or they made some reason to think that that McDaniel couldn't be there with the new GM.
Okay, so, but when the GM hire came after McDaniel was fired, your new GM hire, Joe Eric Sullivan.
From the Packers.
Okay, from the Packers.
Yes.
What do you think will be next under his reign for a head coach?
People were saying that if LaFleur got fired, 100% he'd try and bring LaFleur over to the Dolphins because they've worked together in Green Bay. But it looks like all reports are that they're working out a contract, and it looks like they will be together forever until the end of time.
Matt and Packers.
Yeah, that's not true. But after that, I have no idea. I'm feeling less and less confident about Harbaugh. Just, I've seen reports that he had a bunch of preliminary phone calls, not even interviews, just phone calls with other teams. And for a long time, the Dolphins weren't even on that phone call list. But then I saw one report that said he has had phone calls with every team looking for a coach. So that would mean that he's talked to the Dolphins. I don't know. It seems like the Giants. Like if I were a betting man, which unfortunately lately I have been unsuccessfully, I would put money that he's going to go to the Giants. There's reports that the Giants have offered him in the ballpark of $20 million.
Chump change.
What? No. He'd be the highest paid coach.
Highest paid coach.
Highest paid chump change coach.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I got Walmart money,
That's
baby.
what's going on there. That's basically like the big news in coaching world. There's
we also just sort of glazed past, I think, the Tomlin thing.
Yeah.
So now that the Steelers and Ravens, they both have vacancies.
That's the other thing, though. Sorry. I could see Harbaugh staying in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that Drew so quickly, he is just on it today. He stops breathing. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, Drew. My exact point. There could be a world that we could see a flip-flop in the AFC North and talk about tea in your reality TV, Drew.
It's so crazy.
I think that would be so fun.
Wait, a full swap? You think Tomlin would go to the...
No, I think one could swap.
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be. Right now, Tomlin stepped down. We don't know his next step. Right now, we know Harbaugh is interviewing.
Yeah. I don't think Tomlin's going to coach next year.
Yes. So there's reports. We don't know if he's going to do what Sean Payton did, where Sean Payton stepped down and then he went behind the desk, as they call it.
To do what?
And with a TV
there
somewhere. And there's a desk and a mic and he says words. So there's reports that Tomlin could do that. But if Tomlin's like, you know what, no, I want to stay coaching, he's going to get so many.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So many interviews.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that. But I think this, for the Steelers, points to a GD rebuild. You guys don't have a quarterback. Mm-mm. Good luck, Aaron Rodgers, seeing you next year. We'll talk about that, about the game in a sec. You don't have an answer at quarterback right now. You don't have a coach.
No.
What is next for the Steelers?
I mean, you have, I would argue, an okay defense you can build around TJ Watt.
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
So it's not like a full rebuild, but it's a giant one. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Who's going to be quarterback? So, Tua. On that note, that's a joke. If you didn't know I was kidding, Tua's not going there. So Broncos.
Maybe though.
Huh?
Maybe though.
In no world. Oh my God, he'd get ripped alive. Okay, so as far as Broncos interviews, we spoke a little bit about last week. No huge news has changed. Vance Joseph is just interviewing everywhere. Low key, it makes me a little happy that Tomlin and Harbaugh are both looking for jobs because I'm like, ooh, good. Take one of them. Mm-hmm. Stay away from. Don't look at Vance. Hey, don't even look over here. So Vance Joseph, he's interviewing literally for every team. Davis Webb, our quarterback's coach, he's also interviewing for head coaching positions. Drew and I were talking about this. I think it's more of coordinator positions. He's the quarterback's coach right now, and he's also so young.
And pass game coordinator, which is up there to offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But he's not a coordinator
But
yet.
he's not. Yeah. No. So, but also the Steelers, they've always hired young. They've always hired coaches that are 30 years old and then they stay with the team for 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Could be. Darren Rizzi, which is our special teams coordinator, he's interviewed. And Jim Leonard, he's our defensive pass game coordinator, as it's a whole title.
So many people on teams.
There's a lot of things. But he's interviewing for the Cowboys defensive coordinator. So we have people interviewing. Nothing really of I haven't heard any high rumblings that any of these teams are going to be. The Cardinals, maybe because Vance was there. Yeah. But just Vance, don't. I don't know.
And the one thing that's interesting that I've already kind of heard your thoughts, but I want to get them on the record. Okay. We touched on this last week and we put a clip out talking about Vance Joseph going and interviewing with different teams. And I found it so interesting as a not Broncos fan, all of the fans that commented and turned on Vance that were don't go, we love you, but if you go, you're going to suck because you sucked as a head coach. You could never do it. There was such a polarizing, obviously not wanting him to leave because they love him as a DC, because no one's arguing he's a bad DC. He's a great DC. But then there was all these people that were no, but you can't do it. History repeats itself. You suck as a head coach. I thought that was interesting. I mean,
I agree. Everything they just said, I second that. You can be a great coordinator and you can be an awful head coach. We've seen it time and time and time again. Vance, not a great head coach. Granted, I will give the benefit to Vance that when he was with the Broncos, our ownership ordeal was in shambles. Mm-hmm. very quick recap. Our owner, Pat Bowlen, passed. His children couldn't get their shit together. It's like Succession.
It was like a Succession. Yeah.
And Brittany Bowlen was supposed to take it over, and the other kids were like, no, not her, me, blah, blah. Finally, this other dude came in, and he was like, none of you are getting this. I'm friends with Pat. I got this handled. We're just going to hire a new owner. Like, it's no longer going to be in the Bowlen family, which is tragic. But listen, if your kids can't get it together, then that's what happens.
Would you hire a new owner, or you would sell the team?
Sorry, sell the team.
Okay.
They sold the team for the highest amount. So either way, a new ownership group came on.
Yes.
Thank you for correcting me.
No,
so
I just wanted to make sure I was...
He didn't have a solid ownership group backing him. It was very up in the air. So... that is one thing I'll give to Vance.
And he only got 1 year, right?
I think it was 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to forget those things. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. So, lots of things happening with coaches. We're going to have even more updates in literally 7 days from now.
Yeah.
So, a lot of news happening in the NFL. But now it's time for the league cash up, everyone.
Wild card weekend.
Wild card weekend.
Also, I was thinking about this. What did you do? Can I do this real quick?
What?
I just want to...
He's pointing to a scoreboard.
I know, I want to go back. I just want to say, this is clean slate.
No.
Okay.
The season's not over.
For the Dolphins, it is.
No. You're not touching this until the Super Bowl has been played.
Can I say one last thing about the Dolphins?
Go ahead, Drew.
Real quick.
Anyways,
I just thought about it, though.
Go.
I realize that this is a tough season for the Dolphins. It's been a tough season for a long time. I just want to put this on the record. I was a very, realistic Dolphins fan this year. And I was like, oh, they suck. We're not going to be good. Blah, 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 blah. I am going to start... the second we become kind of good, I'm going to be insufferable. I need everyone to know this. I am going to be insufferable. I'm going to be the most blatant, loud, obnoxious Dolphins fan. That's all. I just need to get that out there. I had this thought this week, and I was like, I need to start doing this.
Great. So in about 5 years, Drew will be insufferable. That is so good to know. So league cash up. Guys, if you haven't been watching Wildcard Weekend, let me tell you what you missed, okay? Teams, get this. Get this. Teams in 4 games who are leading at the 2-minute warning through the first 4 games of Wildcard Weekend. There's 6 games total. Through the first 4 games, 2-minute warning, the teams that were leading, 0-4. 0-4.
Yep.
All teams that were losing won in the final 2 minutes, okay? There are 4 game-winning touchdowns in the final 3 minutes. It was the first time in NFL history there are 4 games decided by 4 points or fewer in a single postseason round. The most fourth quarter lead changes in a single postseason all time, 12 fourth quarter lead changes, which just back and forth. Who's going to win? I don't know. And what's even crazier, out of the 6 games, the Bears and the Patriots were the only home teams to win.
Whoa.
Talk about home field advantage. Nuh-uh. 4 of those home field advantages didn't advantage.
And I would also argue, the fact that the Panthers had home field advantage is insane.
Yeah.
The fact that the it makes sense.
Jags are good.
Yeah, no, Jags are good.
Yeah.
Eagles, I would say the Panthers one is not as crazy. The other one's crazy.
Damn, but the Panthers were ahead until the final 2 minutes.
I know.
They put up a fight.
I thought they were going to. And also, by the way, I heard something, 10.5 point spread. The Rams were 10.5 point favorites against the Panthers. That's the largest spread in the... What are you shaking your head at?
I'm incredulous.
Oh. Is that the... I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Finish your statement.
Well, no, you can't. I can't be saying words and Des go.
I'm shaking. Yeah, it was the largest point spread. And look at the Steelers game. Look at the Patriots game.
Uh-huh.
What was your point?
That's the largest point spread in playoff history that a team's been favored by.
Right. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I won't shake my head. What do you want from me?
Sometimes I say words on the podcast and you go...
I will correct you. I'm not going to be like, hey, by the way, that word is wrong.
Well, it just was odd. This coffee's hot still.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rams Panthers. The only note I have from this game is Matthew Stafford's fingy.
Guys, it was the weekend of the fingies, and we'll get into more of the other fingies, but Stafford had a fingy injury.
A lots of injured fingies.
And to be fair, Des and I were watching all weekend, and something happened with his finger. And Des and I go, his fingy! And then it was just every quarterback hurt their fingies.
It's crazy.
But I just think I was going to be like, well, what else about this game? I have nothing else about this game.
First Saturday game, I mean, I'm proud of the Panthers.
Yeah.
They put up a good fight. Bryce Young, like, way to go. Now that the Bears won, the Panthers, out of all the playoff teams, they have the longest drought of not winning a playoff game out of all the playoff teams. The Bears were 15 years. Yeah. The Panthers were 10. So the Panthers really, really wanted it, and unfortunately they couldn't get it. But I know. I don't really have much about this game other than it was just a good game.
It was a great game. Yeah. Also, I did see reports that the Panthers are probably going to extend or like pick up the 5th-year option on Bryce Young. So.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah.
I like Bryce.
Tiny little guy, but he's okay at quarterback sometimes.
Yeah, he's doing great. So moving on.
My God.
Yeah, Saturday night.
As good of a game as Panthers-Rams was, Packers-Bears was crazy.
Unreal.
And what's wild is for like 3 quarters, it wasn't that crazy of a game.
No.
The Packers were just annihilating the Bears. They had a 95% win probability with less than 7 minutes left to go in the game. They were up at one point. At the halftime, they were up 21-3. And after 3 quarters, they were up 21-6.
They scored 25 points in the 4th.
The Bears. What's funny is I was working during this game, and I was bartending, and I had my phone like underneath the bar. So while I'm making drinks, I'm like shaking drinks, and then I'm looking down at the scoreboard and the game. And there's a server at work that is really a Packers fan. So every time I'd be shaking a drink, and then he'd be at a table and he'd look at me, and I'd like suddenly just like put my hands up as a touchdown, or sometimes I'd go bad. Like I'd put my hands up on my neck and be like bad.
And then he's like, you keep saying bad for the past 10 minutes. And
yeah,
you're like,
he's like, what's happened? The game has been good this whole time.
4th quarter Bears.
4th quarter bad.
Micah Parsons, he tweeted out, he's like, guys, we need to hold them because this is where the Bears come back. Like Micah knew what was about to happen, and what happened, it's exactly that. What's wild about this rivalry, Bears versus Packers, they played each other 3 times in the last 34 days. So in the last month,
crazy.
3 times they've played each other.
Yeah.
And the rivalry just getting more tense and tense.
And that's what I was going to say. I think like I'm excited just as a football fan. Like we have a brand new rivalry.
Yeah, baby.
Coaches don't like each other.
Yeah, baby.
The players don't like each other.
Yeah, baby.
It's just, it's juicy.
Football's back, baby. Football back. Drama.
Football back.
Football back. The tea, the drama. It's here. So if you don't know, Ben Johnson, the coach of the Bears, and Matt LaFleur, coach of the Packers. I know, you know what, all the Bears and Packers sports ballers, please let us know and obviously correct me. Like, I've tried to do a lot of research of why at the very end the coaches go, they shake hands, and then they part ways. There was a lot of conversation about the shaking hands. It was the first time they matched, I believe.
Yeah.
I couldn't find out why. Then I did a little bit of research, and basically they should have just spoken longer.
Yeah.
Is from what I understand. So the very first time the Packers won, Matt goes up to shake Ben's hands. Literally, it's like no more than 5 seconds, and then walks away.
And I don't even know if words were exchanged. If they were, it was like, okay.
Because at the very beginning of the season, Ben Johnson was asked about like playing against the Packers, and he was like, I'm really excited to beat them twice a year.
Yeah.
And Matt, I guess, was taken aback. I guess they used to watch basketball games together. I don't know. I saw a report so they were like buddies outside of this. And Matt sort of was like, dude, what? Like, I thought we were chill. Like, but okay, I guess we're going to do this. Where Ben came on to a team and it's a historic rivalry, and he took that and he sprinted with it. So then the Bears win the next round. Can you fact check me? I don't know if it was Packers, Bears, Bears, or Bears, Packers, Bears.
It was Packers, Packers, Bears.
Great. So then the next time they shook hands, it was very short as well.
Yep.
This very last time, Ben Johnson is screaming, yelling. They barely touched fingies.
Yeah.
All right? They barely touched hands, and he went and sprinted off, and you could see, ooh, it's not good.
No.
And then the locker room happens.
Yep.
And he goes, F the Packers! But he actually said it.
He did.
So a lot of people are saying, that's classless of Ben. You don't say that about football.
It's just interesting. Like, I mean, whatever. Rivalries are rivalries. I'm all about it. But, like, it's weird how much this man hates the Packers. Like, and the only other thing is...
That's a good point.
He was with the Lions. He was the Lions offensive coordinator.
Okay.
And so they're in the same division. So you already have that rivalry heated up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, but like, he really hates the Packers. Like,
I think he's someone that it's like, if he is part of a new clique and they're like, God, I hate Jessica. And he's like, yeah, Jessica's the worst. That's what I think is happening.
That's a good point. They're like, yeah, Jessica sucks. And then like the next day he comes over and he's like, did you guys see what I put in Jessica's food? And they're like, what? No. And they're like, I put laxatives in her food. And they're like, what? Dude, chill.
Not Jessica. We just don't like her. Like,
and then he like
kill her.
Takes the like voodoo doll out and he's like, oh, we'll put this away. We won't do this now. It's like, yes, that is exactly. But even his teammates are probably like, yeah, man, we hate the Packers for sure.
I think as a Bears fan, I want to give you credit because the last time the Bears beat the Packers in playoffs, do you know when this was?
No, but I did see a crazy stat. This was only the third or fourth time they've met in the playoffs.
Like ever.
Which is crazy.
The last time the Bears beat the Packers in the playoffs, 1941.
What?
What happened in 1941? Mount Rushmore was sculpted and Cheerios were invented. Okay? So it was...
Cheerios had been in... I thought Cheerios just were.
Nope, they were invented.
I thought they were just like existed.
Oh, since the dawn of time.
I'm doing a bit. I'm doing a bit.
Dinosaurs, Cheerios, and planet Earth.
Just find Cheerios.
Okay, then now that's fine. Now, here's a guy who's got a good bit. So the Bears, they needed this. They wanted this. They had to won a playoff game in 15 years.
That's almost as bad as the Dolphins, who haven't won one in 25 years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not
but
good.
yes, it's not good.
Yeah, and I think all in all, like this, I get why Bears were just so stoked. And Caleb Williams, he's the first Bears quarterback with 2 wins versus the Packers in a season since 91. Jim Harbaugh, baby, the quarterback of the Bears in 91. Can you believe
I was
that?
like, what?
No, when he was the quarterback of the Bears.
And you know what else happened in 1991? I was born.
Wow.
And then pretty soon after, just munching on Cheerios. Loved Cheerios as a kid. I was a big Cheerios kid.
What?
Big Cheerios kid. No, I mean, the Bears have historically been a historic franchise that have not had good quarterback play. Mm-hmm. Like for a while, their best quarterback kind of was Jay Cutler.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
I also, so I mean, this, if you guys rewatch any game, no one ever does, but if you want to watch a game, this is the game of Wild Card Weekend to watch.
I would agree.
I mean, Caleb, he got at least 2 interceptions. That's his 3rd NFL career game of ever getting 2 interceptions. And the Bears still won. Mm-hmm. It was the largest comeback in Bears postseason history. The time before this, it was 7 points. This time, 18 points. Hey, Broncos fans, that 18 might have a little signal, little antennas going up. 18 points. Oh, yeah, the Giants game this year. So a lot of people are like, what do we want to see? We want to see a Broncos-Bears Super Bowl where it's 0-3 at halftime. By the end of the 4th, it's 47-48.
Yeah.
I agree. It's the cardiac Bears. I don't know why the Broncos aren't the cardiac Broncos, because it's the exact same thing.
I had this thought just looking back on Wild Card Weekend, and everyone's like, these games were crazy, and I was like, yeah, they were pretty crazy. I'm like, why is this not as crazy? Oh yeah, because Des and I have been watching games like this every freaking weekend with the Broncos. First time league.
First time.
That's welcome.
Oh, your heart. The 2 last things I want to say about this game, that it was the 3rd most points in 4th quarter of a playoff game in history. history, okay? So only 2 other games, or teams, I should say, have scored more than 25 points in a fourth quarter, right? First place, ironically, the Giants scored 27 points in 1934 against the Bears.
Whoa.
First place. So the Bears are in the, well, for other reasons, but they're in the top 3. But now they're in third place for scoring the most points in fourth quarter. Very last thing, last week we spoke about Tyler Loop with the Ravens, and my God, we feel so bad for him, Ravens fans, etc. That crown, Tyler Loop, I am taking that crown off and putting it on none other than Brandon McManus.
Oh.
Brandon McManus, a Broncos legend for the longest time, then went, I think, to the Jags, and then he's now with the Packers. Yeah, not good. Missed 2 extra points and a field goal. Easily, if he didn't do that, Packers would have won, because they wouldn't have needed a touchdown in that very last drive. They could have kicked a field goal, tied it up, and possibly won the game. So something's up with kickers, man. It's make or break games this weekend.
100%. And that's, I mean, even coming forward, and we'll kind of get into this with the Bills moving into the next game, like Prater is, like, the last couple weeks has been, like, they've been saying he's like not 100%, like he's hurt. And kickers, you never hear of a kicker that's like banged up, because they typically don't get hit or anything. But
he's also 52.
He's 1,000 years old. He's 1,000 years old. But like, to have a kicker that's continually showing up on your injury report, and like a kicker not at 100%, you need that in the playoffs. So that's an interesting thing to look at.
But that's a good transition. Let's get into the Bills versus Jags.
Bills Jags, another game that almost came up, like big time last second stuff. The Jags basically had it down to the wire. Also, the Bills have lost their last 8 postseason road games. Their last postseason road game was 1992. And just in general, I always like to bring this up. The Bills have just had awful luck in the playoffs. They can't, for a while, could not get past Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's been Josh Allen's like kryptonite. I love to bring up the fact that the Bills have gone to 4 consecutive Super Bowls and lost every single one.
Jeez,
that's insane to me. And yeah, just speaking of Josh Allen, this game, another fingy injury.
Oh boy.
He had his banged up fingies. He was evaluated for a concussion at one point, and he hurt his knee.
Literally, this man is limping around, and he's like, I got this. He goes out, throws a couple more bombs, and then he's like, oh, another part of my body is broken. He is falling apart.
He is falling apart.
And I want to touch on, you said that the Bills, they've done 8 road games, and finally on the 9th they won. Would you know which game they won against in 1992? Their last road game they won prior to this one, 92?
Probably the Dolphins.
Yeah, it was the Dolphins, baby. It was the I was like, oh, he's going to say it. No, you left out that little tidbit.
There's a reason for it. Don't have to talk about it.
But Cam Little, the kicker of the Jags, he made history this season with the 2 longest field goals. He also missed a field goal attempt.
It was like 45.
Yeah. So it's like, what's going on with the kickers? But and we're going to get into the Bills at the end of this podcast going up against the Broncos. But I do want to give hats off to the Jags team. Coming into this season, hat off. There we go. Coming into the season, the Jags, when I wanted to go to that game, I was like, this is going to be easy peasy, whatever, a nice little chill game before we see Christmas. No one saw this season coming. What they have done with that organization, I'm very impressed. And we had a reporter, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so a reporter at the end of the game during, early onset Alzheimer's. Who's the coach of the Jags?
Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen. During his press conference, a reporter just basically said, I want you, so sweet. You could tell she was just the sweetest. She had an accent, definitely from like Jacksonville, but basically, I want you to hold your head up high, young man. Congratulations. You've done a hell of a job. You're a phenomenal coach. This team is going up and up. Great job. Like basically just like gassing him up. And it was this sweet moment. Even Adam Schefter retweeted and said, awesome moment.
Yeah, you could see Liam, like, his face start to brighten up, because what a brutal loss, losing in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But, Jacksonville has been waiting a very long time to see gameplay like this.
And what I think is interesting, like, people sometimes don't realize, like, these coaches know all of these reporters by names. Like, they sit in the same spots. They ask them not the same questions, but, like, they know who. So I'm sure he's got a relationship with this woman. It was a beautiful moment. Nay, nay, said the internet. Nay, nay, said the internet. A lot of other journalists and reporters just dumped on this woman.
I don't know about a lot. There were
every
handful.
single reporter and journalist I know
dunked on
just
her.
dunked on her. But what did they say?
They were saying things like, "This is not your job as a reporter.
Yeah.
You're there to ask the tough questions.
Yeah.
You're not there." Like, I think one said, "What a awful excuse," like something like, "What an awful excuse for a reporter or for your credentials. Like, way to waste your credentials."
Yeah.
Like, I want to bang my head through a wall. Like, everyone, stop taking things so seriously. Let this woman spend 20 seconds telling Liam, "Hey, man, what you have done for this organization is amazing. We're behind you 100%. On to the next."
I think, I don't agree with it, but I think I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Do it, because I'm mad.
I'm just saying, I think, and this also has changed a lot in the last, like, 20, 30 years, but at one point, journalists were supposed to be non-biased. They weren't supposed to share, like, their facts that they're fans of a team, or even if they, like, cover a team, they're supposed to not be biased so they can have an outside opinion on everything. And this woman, by saying all of these things, seems to be showing a bias, which is why people are upset with it. I'm not saying it's right. Not saying it's right. All I'm saying is that I think is why it's happening.
Okay. I mean, it's valid. I'm thinking of some of the Broncos reporters and journalists that I follow. To me, it's very clear they want the Broncos to win, and they're stoked on the Broncos winning. So I just, like, why are we, like, she's gonna be, and if you're following a reporter that isn't completely unbiased, follow a different one. Like, internet, you suck.
I agree, to be fair. I think this was a sweet moment, and I think it meant everything to Liam Cohen, and I think it was sweet for this woman to do, and I think it was a beautiful moment, and I think everyone else is being stupid. So,
next game, Niners at Eagles.
Now, talk about being sweet. We're no longer going to be sweet. We're in Philadelphia.
No, we're not. Philadelphia.
It is a dog-eat-dog world over here.
Guys.
Oh, my God.
Holy cow. So, Eagles lost, in case you couldn't tell by how we're referring to this game. Take it away, Drewski.
Eagles lost. Just bad, weird game. A lot of defense going back and forth. Not a lot of points scored for a while. I think for sure the Philly mob and the world is going to go after Kevin Patullo. I think he's Dunsky, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, who's been under fire for a long, long, long time. I'm for sure that he's going to be fired. And I still think it's not out of the realm of possibility that a coach that won the Super Bowl last year he's definitely on a hot seat and could be maybe fired. I don't think he will be, if I'm being completely honest. But
no, but
the OC. The OC for sure is, and I just think Philadelphia is a crazy place, man. Des hates Philadelphia.
I'm rolling my eyes right now. Yeah. You guys are insufferable. I've said it 1,000 times. Like, Philly fans, like, suck it up, dude. You were in the Super Bowl last year. I get it. You don't like your OC. Okay, cool. Sirianni, this was his first home postseason loss. Okay? You have a coach that has always given you wins. And if you're going to turn against him, where the hell is your loyalty?
But they're turning against everybody. They're turning against A.J. Brown, which, to be fair,
good. A.J. Brown
dropped.
He dropped all the passes.
Every pass. And not actually, but it felt like it.
Yeah, I'm feeling fiery against A.J. Brown, as you saw an exchange with A.J. Brown against Nick Sirianni on the sidelines, and they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown is the same guy that when they had an all-players meeting, it was Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and one other.
Devontae Smith, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And A.J. Brown was asked about it, and Brown's like, what meeting? Pretending like it didn't exist. I just get him out of here. You can tell there's like, we've talked about how there's like rotting underneath in the Eagles organization.
Bad vibes.
Brown is one. I think Brown is at the top. He does not seem like a team player. He does not seem like he likes Jalen Hurts. I don't give a rat's who if you don't like your quarterback. You have to play for him. And then whatever it is that you don't like with him, maybe it's because he's not throwing to you enough. Well, AJ Brown, catch the passes. Maybe he'll throw to you more. I'm sick and tired of the Eagles. Thank God they're out because I'm tired of the fans and I'm tired of what you guys went to the Super Bowl last year. How are you so upset?
Not only did they go to the Super Bowl, they won the Super Bowl.
I'm sitting across a GD Dolphins fan. Look at him. He is sad. He's shaking. He's quivering. All he wants is one playoff win. And you guys are upset about your first home postseason loss under your head coach ever.
You know what's crazy? You got me fired up. I was like, be nice to me. I'm like, no. God, you were so right. The Eagles fans that are like, they whine about everything. And even, you know what? I was going to talk about it. Perry, I love Perry. My best friends. The Niners scored on their first possession, and Perry said, I'm turning off the TV. First of all, you're in a playoff game. You're watching your team in a playoff game. So, shut up.
Drew's veins are popping out of his neck.
You awoken something in me.
No, but off the mic, this is who we are. And then on the mic, we get a little bit more because we don't want to be too one way or the other, but we feel this way.
But to be fair, and I will go back to this, what I think is so funny, how fired up we are, how pissed off Eagles fans are at everything all the time. I want to say it was like the late in the third quarter. The Eagles are still in it, but it's starting. The vibes are getting a little wonky. And all of a sudden, they go to commercial break, and you can hear what's being played in the stadium. And I look at Des and I go, that was K-pop Demon Hunters. They were playing that, I'm going up. They were playing K-pop Demon Hunters in Philadelphia during a freaking playoff game. That's hysterical.
As the Eagles are losing.
And you know, like Philly, like, I just got done bending steel for 8 hours. I just got done driving a cab. I just got done eating asphalt. What the hell is this song? Like, so funny to me. So funny.
So, Eagles, you're out of here. All right? Niners. We got to talk about the Niners.
Oh, my God.
How the hell are we getting through this Niners? Okay, what is interesting, Niners have won 11 consecutive wildcard games. It's been 23 years since they've lost a playoff game that wasn't the NFC Championship. Every time they're in the playoffs, they make it to the NFC Championship. That's wildcard divisional, unless you get the number one seed.
Your research this episode, you're just like, you know all of it.
It took a lot of time. That's why we started late, but then we got the Mike Tomlin news.
I know, and then throw the rundown out.
Throw the entire rundown out. But one thing we want to touch upon is George Kittle, their star tight end. He went out with, you could see. So Achilles injuries, when it tears, you can see on the back of the leg something pop. Like it pulls. You know immediately when a player has an Achilles injury.
And Des and I are like we're very much doctors. So like the Achilles, what it does is it attaches it goes from the bottom of your heel up to your calf. And it attaches those two things together. So if you see, it helps your leg go like this.
This is an audio platform.
I'm pointing and flexing my toe. So it goes like this. So when it tears, you see all of that tension, pow, up into the calf. I'm really glad I spent my time doing that.
It's also Troy's weakness, right? Troy. That guy Troy?
No, his name was Achilles. That's why it's called that.
Well, isn't it his weakness? Oh, because
his name
is Troy. Troy Achilles?
No.
Is there a guy named Troy that doesn't like Achilles?
No, it was the Battle of Troy.
And his name is Achilles?
That's why it's called the Achilles heel.
No, was this a movie or history?
No, first of all, it's not real. It's a Greek story.
So real. What, Greeks don't tell real stories, Drew?
No, but it's like
now here's a guy that doesn't.
Okay, do you know the story of Achilles? Do you know why it's his
I
weakness?
know there's an Achilles that was torn and he died.
Okay. The story was Achilles' mom wanted him to be invincible, so she dipped him in some liquid that made him invincible. But when she was dipping him, she was holding him by his heels.
Achilles.
By his heels.
I think it's just one
His
Achilles
ankle.
tendon.
No,
The left to be...
You don't know the story that I'm telling you and you're correcting me. When she dipped him in, she held him by his ankle so the liquid didn't get on that part. So he was this invincible god played by Brad Pitt in a movie. And
Troy!
yes, in the movie Troy. Because it was the Battle of Troy.
Troy Achilles.
That's not his name!
So he's out, right? So George Kittle, he goes out. They find out he's gonna be out, okay? So why this is important for George Kittle? One, he's one of their star. Like, he has some of the highest receptions for that team.
He's one of the best tight ends in the league, for sure.
And also, he's getting close to the end of his career. Yeah. People already, they're going to say, is this the end of... it's harder, obviously, the more you age, it is to jump back from injury. So it was reported that George Kittle, when he was like, within like 2 minutes, they knew it was Achilles when he was in the locker room or whatever. He's like, I want a tequila bottle. So the owner of the Niners sent down a tequila bottle from his suite, and reportedly it was finished by the end of the Niners celebrating.
Specifically, there was like, talk about reporters and journalists, like they heard this story, then they dug like no one's ever digged before. So at first it was like, oh, owners and tequila. Then they digged some more. What they found is that the owner sent someone down and said, Kittle, so sorry, man. What do you need? And Kittle immediately said tequila. So the owner in his suite that has everything sent a bottle of Patron and Yeho down.
Why are you saying, what is that like really cool?
It's the nicest of the Patrons. Well,
As he should. What about the one with the bell? Ding, ding.
That's Casa Azul. For bartender, don't waste your money. Casa Azul.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So anyways.
But anyway, sent down a bottle of Patron and Yeho, one of the nicer Patrons. And Kittle dunked it, finished the whole thing. I don't know if people helped him.
No, I think it was, he would die if he drank the entire thing.
Kittle
Drew?
might not die. Kittle's a god.
Okay,
much like Achilles. Callback.
Drew's saying from bartender to bartender, from drinker to drinker, you would die if you drank an entire Patron bottle. So
I think there's someone out there who could do it.
This is not the point of the story.
Oh, you don't want to get caught off guard now?
No, what? That can drink an entire Patron bottle?
I don't think he actually drank the entire Patron bottle.
Good, moving on. So what I want to point on is the Niners are plagued with injuries. Yes. The fact that the Niners have been able to do what they have done this season with all these injuries, it's somewhat, some would say, godly. Greek godly.
Whoa.
Wow.
Grecian.
Yes, they have a ton of starters out. So one thing started circulating with Kittle's injury. I think this started in October, but there was a report out about why are there so many injuries. Just so you guys know, this is all part of the report. So the Niners, they've been crippled by injuries, losing them a staggering $95 million in salary cap value to players on their injured list in 2025 alone. $95 million are paying to injured players. The Niners have been in the top 5. It's called the Adjusted Games Lost Charts. It's a metric that assesses how much a team is affected by injuries for 10 of the past 11 seasons, while recording 7 full Achilles or patellar ruptures at that time. So they've been the most, essentially all that means, they've been one of the most injured teams for 10 seasons.
That's crazy.
The team is also said to have over 40 major hamstring or calf tears, as well as high ankle syndesmosis injuries every season since moving to Levi's Stadium in 2014. So over 40 injuries. They have Achilles rupturing, hamstring tears, all these things since moving to Levi's Stadium in 2014. So this is where, all right, spoilers, let's put our tinfoil caps on.
I almost ran to the kitchen.
Nope, we're staying sat. There's this guy, Peter Cohen. He did a tweet and it went viral, but it was a thread of tweets. Who was a board-certified quantum biology practitioner. He did a report on this, and he said that these frequent problems, injuries for the 49ers, are due to chronic exposure to low-frequency electromagnetic fields from electrical substation right next to their stadium and practice facility. If you look on top of where the Niners play, there's a home stadium. The practice field is right next to it like a triangle, and then that electromagnetic or electrical substation is right next to it. So it forms a triangle, these three locations, okay? So what exactly does this mean? Peter Cohen, who did this, he claims exposure to these fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call safe. So a lot of people are saying this doesn't matter because regulation, it's safe. To support his theory, Cohen also shared readings taken with a Gauss meter, Gauss meter, a device for measuring magnetic fields, which showed elevated levels of exposure near their practice field and inside the team facilities. So whatever this electric field is happening, they're finding it at where they practice and where they play games. However, there is no scientific proof that electromagnetic field exposure is directly linked to NFL injury rates. From now on, I'm going to say EMF instead of electromagnetic field. Okay?
I want to say that ankle injury again.
God, I have no idea. I'm sort of reading all the bullet points here, and then I want to talk about my opinion on this. So back in October, when this tweet went viral, NFL reporter Chase Sr. reported that retired 49ers guard Joe Feliciano. Sure. Sorry, Joe. Nope. And it's John. I'm even more sorry, John.
Deep breath. You got this.
So a retired 49ers player, he said that we used to joke around about there being electrical substation right next to the practice that has led to their injury woes. So in the 49ers world, these players are joking about, yeah, it's that station that's causing this. While scientists are saying, because of course, Gail Wolszak, a professor of radiology at the Northwestern University of School, whatever, scientists, it's too many words. Scientists do not consider power lines or cell phones or radar installations to be damaging. So of course, Peter comes out with all these sayings and he's like, listen, I have this reading. I'm finding all of these EMFs here, here, here. And then scientists are coming out and being like, listen, no. Okay, this is where Sportzball sort of comes in, because a lot of people are like, that's not crazy. One thing that really stuck out to me was what Gail said. He said, scientists do not consider power lines or cell phones or radar installations to be damaging. Now, what a lot of people are saying that these EMFs, they're considered safe. They're not next to a nuclear plant, which has caused like cancers and things, right? A lot of things, and this is where, you know what? I'm going to call her my friend. Uh-huh. She lives in LA.
Okay.
And she's really into this, what some would consider woo-woo health stuff. Okay.
Sure.
And we're gonna call her Pez.
Well, I know Pez.
Yeah, we know Pez.
Pez is a great friend of
yours.
Pez
is a great
I like
friend.
Pez is a good friend of mine too.
Pez is a really cool person, right? She has been in this woo-woo, crunchy, what people call world for a while, okay? What a lot of people, and by people I mean scientists that do these researches, whatever. Research.
I'm just letting you cook, Des.
But I don't know words. That have done these studies, they always say that this is what's safe, right? XYZ is safe. And you could also look at, for instance, what Pez has told me, vitamins. For instance, you need to take X amount of vitamin C per day. But what Pez has found out through doing reading about these studies is that you actually need a lot more. Oh. There's always like the what is accepted by like, hey, this is actually what you need. And then there's actually like, well, if you do more research in it, they say this because so no one can come after them and say, hey, I did XYZ and it did this to me. And they're like, well, this is what's safe. This is what's safe. Now, Pez has seen a lot of like functional practitioners, right? And she's seen a lot of them. Now, all four of them have no relation to each other. All four of them have said that EMF, that is one of the questions when they're taking you on as a client. Are you living near power lines, under a lot of power lines? Are you next to an EMF? Any type of electricity that could be emitting a lot of EMF? That is one of the questions on the intake form that you have to give.
Yes.
So, in the crunchy woo-woo world, there have been studies on EMF frequencies changing the human energy, the human body. Okay? This is where the tinfoil hat is on. Pez has told me all of this. She is in it deep. And I think this could be a thing for the 49ers.
Football. Yes.
Football. Because I think scientists are like, no, that's not real because there's not enough evidence.
Yes.
But are we really looking at the evidence? And this is where the tinfoil hat is on.
No, and that's okay, and that's fair. And I both joke about this, but also think it's funny because in that thing you just said, you go, this is where all of the scientists say there's no evidence.
Put air quotes.
I know, which is funny, but also the more we learn about different stuff, like we learn new things every day.
We used to think...
I didn't know about this!
Drew didn't know that mugs kept it warm. But also, we used to smoke cigarettes and be like, it was fine.
I saw this the other day. I was learning about a different whiskey. When Prohibition started, a lot of whiskey and alcohol companies got around it because they changed the classification to medicine. Because they said that alcohol could be medicine. There was a time... Remember what we learned? The food pyramid. Guess what I learned recently? Food pyramid doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, because it was made by all the big companies that wanted to sell Cheerios! And that's what you call a full circle, everybody.
Anyway, but no, we learn different things all the time. So, like, there are certain scientists that was crazy what we just did, that are saying that there's no evidence. But there's also clearly scientists that are saying we need to study more. There need to be more research into this because there looks like there is evidence. I mean, the fact that Des brought this up to me today at the same time that I didn't know about the tower thing, but I was like, you know what? The 49ers have been hurt a lot. Maybe they should look at their strength and conditioning coach.
Which is a valid thing, though.
Because that happened to the Broncos a couple years ago.
Yes. I think you should go on your theory. Pez's theory, my friend Pez, because we're talking about Pez, is wild. Pez's theory is a lot more. This is too. It's very ethereal. Like, we don't really know.
No, but
there's a theory. But I think your theory that you told me this morning is a little bit more founded.
And to say one of Des's favorite sayings, Porque no los dos.
Porque no los dos.
Why not both of them, huh?
What is your theory? Go ahead and talk about it real quick.
Well, just that. So, for people that don't know, a couple years ago, and maybe it was longer than that, there was a slew of Broncos injuries that were continuing to happen season after season. And they looked at it and said, we need new strength and conditioning coaches. Mm-hmm. And as we talk about, people learn different things and know different things all the time. Keep your coffee hot. The body, you can learn that there are ways. Look, can you guarantee that playing a game where you run into the strongest people in the world won't cause an injury?
Of course
not.
No,
you can't guarantee that. But you can do things to your body. Saunas, cold exposure, different stretching, mobility, vitamins, health, put on weight, take off weight. There are all these things that you can do.
Stay away from electrical
substance. That's your theory.
That's
Get out of here.
No, it's
Pez's.
Okay, anyways, continue.
That's right, sorry. There are things you can do to mitigate the risk.
Yes.
And the Broncos did that. And what happened, actually, we noticed this season.
We're one of the least injured teams once we hired a new strength and conditioning coach.
On wood.
Yeah. We're knocking on wood. But your theory is I think they absolutely. But have you looked into how many new strength and conditioning coaches they've hired in the past 10 seasons?
No, why would I have done that?
I don't know, because it backs your theory.
No, I know. I'm saying that makes sense that I should have done that.
Why would someone do that? That makes sense. They definitely need to go into who is at the top of this. And it's the government. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. It was a theory. It was a theory. I was kidding. I meant by the strength and conditioning coach is the top of it.
But as someone who knows Pez, and Pez has introduced me to certain things, that feels like it's created a better quality of my life that I wouldn't have known about before. I don't think Pez is completely out of the door. I don't think absolutely crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So on that note, guys.
Chargers, Patriots.
Yeah.
Remember, football games are still happening.
Remember, something's happening out there, and we got to get to the bottom of this.
I am not saying it was a bad thing. I think it was a super interesting thing, and I needed to let you go because you know a lot about this, but there were times where I was like, is this still a football podcast? Like, what are we doing? It was great, but it's good.
No, it's fucking fine. We're going to the Chargers, Patriots,
I love the random times we decide to throw in F-bombs. They're not, it's just the best.
It doesn't matter. We're all adults here, right? Okay.
Talk about injuries.
Yeah.
The Chargers need to be investigated for murder, I think.
It's so bad. Why? Because Herbert cannot stay on his feet. They are just they did let the Patriots just attack Herbert.
Herbert was sacked 6 times. That's just an official sack, which means you're tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The quarterback is. He was hit 17 times. And I tried, no one really keeps this stat, but the numbers I found, on average, a quarterback is hit between 6 and 8 times in a game. Hit. There was a moment in the Chargers game where Herbert had been annihilated 4 or 5 times, and then they were in the red zone, and the play was just Herbert run the ball. Herbert run the ball. You've been annihilated, hit, you're bleeding and spitting up blood. Great, go, do it again. That was their only game plan. There were times where he would look, couldn't find anyone, and just kept running.
He just ran.
Yeah.
That was the Sunday night game, Chargers versus Patriots, and this was the first game that it finally wasn't like, oh, this is so much back and forth. I think it was the first postseason game, without a touchdown in the first half since 2020. So it's been 6 years that either team has scored a touchdown. So it was pretty low scoring game. Didn't have too much excitement, but Herbert does not do well in playoffs. In Herbert's 3 career playoff games, 1, he blew a 27-0 lead against the Jags. They lost that game. 2, he threw 4 interceptions when they faced the Texans. And 3, scored 3 points versus the Patriots. Herbert can't play off. He can't play off.
And everyone always compares Tua and Herbert because Herbert was taken 1 pick after Tua. How many playoff wins does Tua have? Nada. How many playoff wins does Herbert have? Nada. Case closed. Don't give me any more stats. Don't tell me about anything else. Case closed.
Case closed.
Same quarterback. They're the same quarterback.
For the Chargers in the Harbaugh, Herbert, and Greg Roman era, which Greg Roman, he's the offensive coordinator, which we'll talk about in a sec. I saw this crazy stat. In 22 offensive possessions and 2 playoff games. So every time the Chargers had the ball in 2 playoff games, how many of those 22 offensive possessions, right, in 2 games? Mm-hmm. So we can just split it up. Let's say 11 and 1, 11 on other.
Okay.
How many of those offensive possessions have resulted in a touchdown in 2 games?
3.
1 touchdown.
What?
1 touchdown in 22 times the Chargers had the ball in 2 playoff games. What does that mean? That means their OC has been canned. The offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, has been fired.
And guess who got fired along with him? Offensive line coach, because of course he did.
Bro, I also saw when they show the players on the field, they're like, hi, I'm Nick Bonito, and it says a PFF ranking. That's what is it? PFF?
Pro Football Focus.
Pro Football Focus. They have a ranking. So Nick Bonito, he's ranked for all edge rushers in the league. And there's 32 edge rushers. It's not, but so he's one of 32, right? So for the offensive line for the Chargers, they show the PFF grades. Each one of these offensive linemen, it was 31 of 32, 32 of 32, 30 of 32. One didn't even have a PFF ranking because he hadn't played enough to be ranked. Herbert is being blocked by me and you out there.
Basically.
Literally, we could have probably done better. We could have done a little gesture joke and been like, hey, look over here. And they were like, what are they doing? And then Herbert could have slinked through.
As I often say when I see these people up close in person, they're massive. We were watching. We'll get into the Texans game in a sec. There was a guy on the Texans, an offensive lineman, who was 6'8", 380 pounds. And Des thinks we can do that person's job.
That's twice the size of me.
2 of us, not even. That's more than 2 of us. That's crazy. crazy that humans are that big. Anyway.
So, Chargers are out. Patriots are on. One of the notes I wrote, I said, give us the Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm like thirsty for a Patriots-Broncos matchup. So we'll see about that championship, but I want to see it. I want to see it. I think if they went head-to-head with it, and everyone's going to say, you only played the Chargers backup second time. The Chargers beat you the first time. They beat us with a last-second field goal. They didn't whoop us.
But
okay?
here's the thing. After this weekend, you will have played the Bills. And hopefully,
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
So, after that game, if things go a certain way, then you'll play another game, right? After you play the Bills, then you're maybe going to play the Patriots.
Correct.
Or the Texans.
Yeah.
Maybe either of those two teams.
Patriots or Texans.
Then, people can't say shit.
No.
Because then you take on the Patriots, and if you take on the Bills.
I think and we'll get into the Broncos segment in a sec. I think if we beat the Bills, people can't say anything anymore. I'm so tired because everyone's saying it's Josh Allen and the Bills.
Do you know
this is a big game,
and everyone's gonna say people will hate because they want to hate, which is a saying everyone says all the time. They'll be like the Jags got screwed out because they lost, but they're still a team that could have gone all the way. And they'll be like, oh, if the Jags kept in it and they won the Bills, then the thing.
You're saying like if
you know
the Bills,
what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean, but we're not there yet. So,
nope.
Steelers vs. Texans, last game, you guys. So,
talk about
Texans.
Dez being mad.
I want to be very clear. It sounds like I'm always mad. I'm not. I'm not in my day-to-day life. I'm always mad at Drew, but I'm not always mad. You know what I mean? Steelers vs. Texans. We both chose the Texans to win, and boy, did they. 30-6, I believe.
30-6, yeah. I realized something. I do all the things on the notes to get us ready, and I didn't put the scores of any of these games. I realized that halfway through.
That's fine.
Gonna go with my bad on that.
We're spitballing. So,
but you're right. It was 36.
The Steelers, they're playing the first playoff home game since 2017. They've been in the playoffs every year. Mm-hmm. Have they won in the playoffs? No. Mike Tomlin, that's the 7th consecutive playoff game they have lost.
Yeah.
7 times they've been to the playoffs. 7 times they have lost. That is 7 years of this. You could have gone to high school and college not seeing the Steelers ever win.
Or you could be a Dolphins fan.
Okay, we get it. You're a Dolphins fan. Jeez, dude. So the first playoff home game since 2017. What's crazy? How this game went. Steelers had 0 third down conversions in first half of the playoff game. That's the first time for the Steelers since 1989. No third down conversions. They were doing nothing out there.
No.
And you know who's at the helm of it? Aaron Rodgers. 6 points is the lowest offensive output by Aaron Rodgers in his 22 years of postseason.
And will probably, most likely, be the last offensive output he ever puts out. His last throw professionally, luckily, was a touchdown to the other team through a pick six.
Got him. I know they took him out for the last couple of plays,
Which was weird.
And I was like, wow. So the very last play we've ever seen Aaron Rodgers do, we still don't know. Who knows?
I was going to say, he technically
He
hasn't.
hasn't.
And of course, his post-game press conference, people were asking him questions because that's what they're supposed to do. And he was like,
so
just got
grumpy.
pissed at everybody.
He's just always grumpy. Like you saw him on the sidelines, no one wanted to talk to
I
him.
was going to say, I want you to go more on that because Dez
What I do?
Dez brought up a good point, which was this is, regardless of what you feel about the guy, one of the greatest to ever do it.
He is. Yeah, he's good.
Automatic Pro Bowler. Hall of Famer. Like, phenomenal quarterback. This is most likely his last game. No one was really going up to him, hugging him,
Nope.
kissing him.
You saw that with Travis Kelce.
Give a little smoochies.
Yeah. Oh, Travis Kelce was getting kisses left, right, and center.
Nothing.
No one. I think I saw 2 of his teammates come up and just tap him on the shoulders when he went out because they pulled him out after he threw a pick 6. Your very last throw was a pick 6 for the Steelers.
I also think it's weird that he wouldn't want to just finish the game.
I don't know what's everything behind it, but either way, and then for the Steelers, you have to walk. I mean, actually, for all teams, you have to walk by fans.
Oh yeah, you didn't like
and
this
then
at all.
they like obviously high five, but I don't even know how to explain it. Like for most of the fields, it's a tunnel you have to walk through. For the Steelers, it's right next to the wall where the fans are, and you go down these
goes
stairs
underneath the fans.
Yeah. Aaron didn't give a single high five to any of the fans. Listen, I get your team just lost. I get you're in a place. You just got knocked out of the playoffs. This is your last. We're just going to call it. I'm just going to say it for the point of us talking about it. Reporting it here first. That was Aaron Rodgers' last football game. Thank God. But your last football game, and you're not going to high five these fans that have supported you this year, that have wanted to see you succeed after you absolutely blew chunks at the Jets. And this is how you repay them. You don't give a single high five to any of these fans. You're a miserable human being. I'm so sick and tired of you, and I hope it's the last time I see you on my television screen throwing a football. That is how I feel.
Now, obviously, I know this, that Des is not talking to me. She's talking to Aaron Rodgers. But there was a lot of, you suck, you're a miserable human being, I don't want to see you ever again. And she was looking at me while she was saying it. And I just had to remind myself, Drew, she's talking about Aaron Rodgers, not you.
So if anyone is confused out there where I at least stand on Aaron Rodgers, make it be known. Get out of here. Retire. Period. That's what I have to say. Some other cool things about the game. Do you have anything to say about Aaron Rodgers before I move on? About the game?
No, just that if you follow us on Instagram, and because you should, Des and I set up, but mostly me, I set up an I hate Aaron Rodgers parlay where I had him throwing less than 1.5 touchdowns, which he did. I had him throwing less than 205 yards, which he did. And then the over-under was an interception, and for some dumb reason, I was like, nope, give me 2. So I had him.
You get zealous. You get very zealous.
I did. And if I had just +5, I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
And so I had him doing a bunch of dumb things, and he did most of those. So, but no, I mean, I wanted to find myself being like, aw, Aaron Rodgers. And it just, he never takes accountability, ever,
for anything that he does. Anything.
It's just frustrating.
It's everyone else.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Some fun little tidbits about this game. So DeMeco Ryans, he's the head coach of the Texans. He is 41 years old. In 2008, DeMeco Ryans was playing football, and who else did he sack? And they played this on the TV. Then Aaron Rodgers out there, when he was on the Packers, who's now 42 and still playing football.
Yeah.
So the head coach of the Texans at one point played against the quarterback of the team they were facing, which is just shows how old Rodgers is, and he needs to get off that field. But CJ Stroud, he became the quarterback of the Texans, the first player with 4 or more fumbles in a playoff game this century, and he did it all before halftime. And guess what? The Texans still won 30-6.
Their defense kept them in so much. They had no business winning that game.
You could say that, but the Texans ended with 408 yards. The Steelers, 175.
Wow.
So, yeah, the 175, that's where the defense comes in.
No, I know.
So, the offense putting up over 400 yards.
But it's they turned over the ball 4 times, right? Mm-hmm. That you rarely do you
Well, no, 4 fumbles. I don't know.
Oh, they recovered.
Yeah. I don't know if it's about
even 3. Rarely
turnovers.
do you turn over the ball 3 times and win that game.
Yeah. And this is the Texans' first ever win for a road playoff game.
Yeah, Des was just mad at every quarterback. She was every time CJ. You were freaking out at CJ Stroud. You're like, stop throwing the ball like that. Hold on to the ball. You were so mad.
Because I felt it was reckless. He was falling down, and instead of taking the sack, he tried throwing the ball, and then that's when the ball got turned over. Like, you needed to hang on.
At least 2 of the hits, it looked like they got hit out of his
Correct.
hands.
Yeah.
So I don't
Those
know if
ones were
throwing it.
Well, the one we were talking about just now,
yes,
he was. And he threw it as an interception.
Just don't be so mad at CJ Stroud.
Okay, now you're creating this narrative that I'm angry all the time. That's all you've said this entire podcast. Well, I'm throwing out... No, sorry. Pez is throwing out theories. And then I'm throwing out all my feelings.
And what is she doing right now?
There's a smudge on my computer.
No, but getting mad at me.
I'm getting mad. So that was Wild Card Weekend, guys.
It was... You know what? Good job naming it, NFL.
Yeah.
Because it was wild.
So now we're looking forward. The only game we're going to go over before we get into primetime picks real quick, because obviously... We have
to talk about Texans Patriots.
What?
It was a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
She didn't like that one at all.
Now I'm angry. I'm so angry.
Bills Broncos, Des, take it away.
So, the Bills and the Broncos face off in Mile High, baby, for the divisional round, what is very peculiar. Neither of the starting quarterbacks for the 1 seeds have ever won a playoff game. Sam Darnold's
That
never.
is crazy.
Bo Nix has never. And that changes this weekend. All right. So the Bills are coming to Mile High. What are my feelings on this? My stomach is in my ass. I am freaking out. You have no idea. Literally, that song by Adele, "This Is the End," is replaying in my mind.
We went
24/7.
almost an hour and a half without Des singing, and then she just did.
So I am very, very nervous. I am nervous only because of Josh Allen. I'm not nervous because of the Bills as a whole. But here's the thing, Broncos country. The Bills are injured. They're coming off a short week because we play on Saturday. They played on Sunday. Josh Allen, we already talked about, banged up, concussion, knee, fingy, all of the above, is not doing well. Now, you could look at the Jags-Bills game and you're like, is the reason that the Jags lost, could it be because Trevor Lawrence threw 2 interceptions? Okay? Some people could point their fingers to, if there weren't those turnovers, Jags could have won this game.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, Bo needs to hold on to the ball and be careful with the ball. This is a chance for all those that don't know and aren't Broncos fans. Last year, the Broncos went to Buffalo for the wild card game and we lost to the Bills. I wasn't upset by it because none of us
win either way.
Yeah, no one saw the Broncos season playing out the way it did last year, and especially this year, guys. Let's be real. Like, this has been crazy
Except
this
for
year.
Drew, who picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Drew did pick them to go to the Super Bowl. So now there was a report that said that Sean Payton, when he was at Highmark Stadium when we were playing the Bills, a year ago, near the end of the playoff loss, that when we were losing to the Bills, he thought, we need to find a way to play this game at home. And look where we are. Round 2, it is time to show how much better we are, how much better we've become, and it's time to go up against, I could say, the best quarterback in the playoffs left right now. You got CJ Stroud,
Stafford.
Drake May.
At least in the AFC.
Okay, AFC.
Yeah.
He's the veteran, the top of the top.
Yeah.
If you take down Josh Allen, you get respect on your name. I mean, and what's even crazier, so Bills are coming into Mile High. The Bills are favorited. The Broncos are underdogs. Again, what happened last time the Broncos were underdogs? Oh, we beat the Packers.
We're the overdogs.
We're the overdogs, baby. So good. I love this. I love when Broncos are underdogs because what does it do? It gives fire to the fan base. It gives fire to the players that you don't believe in us. Watch us show you wrong. There are so many times. Think about all the chips on the shoulders. Anytime people are not given things in life, right? They fight for it 10 times harder. And if you come out on top of that, you are so much tougher and stronger because of that. So I love this. One thing the Bills are not good at, the run game. They can never shut down the other team's run game. It's up in the air if J.K. Dobbins is coming back.
Really?
It is. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening. I don't think this game. I think the conference, if we get to the conference, but I don't think this
That'd
game.
Be huge.
We need to get our run game going. On the other side of the ball, we need to shut down James Cook.
That guy.
The running back of the Bills, we need to stop him. Thank God we're top 3 in rush defense, but go ahead.
But just everyone says, like, the Bills, all they have is Josh Allen and James Cook. Yeah. I've said this before, those are 2 really good people to have on a team.
Yes.
So I think it matches up so well because typically when you have, what is it? An immovable object meets an unstoppable force.
Einstein.
Achilles shows up.
And Troy is dipped in some honey.
But regardless, I think typically when you've had crazy defenses meet crazy offenses, and the Bills aren't even a crazy offense, it's just 2 good people, the defense wins.
And a lot of people, they were saying Trevor Lawrence throwing those 2 picks, and also they dropped the ball in the 4th quarter. The Jags, not literally, but they lost steam. The Broncos are a 4th quarter team.
That's where they live and die.
All right? Keep in mind, the Bills had to fly all the way down to Florida They had to fly all the way back to New York. Now they're about to fly to Denver. They probably have 3 days at home, 3 full days until they are traveling again. And they're going at elevation, and they're banged up. I haven't had a bye in weeks. All right. Josh Allen was limping in this game. All right. He had to go into the blue tent. This is our chance, okay? I posted a reel on Dummies, and it's about Broncos-Bills matchup, and a Bills fan commented, and they go, what are y'all gonna do? Cover our receivers? We don't even have those.
So funny.
And I agree. The Bills, they're depleted right now. What's a couple interesting last few things about the Broncos until we get into our primetime picks. There are 0 playoff teams currently. Oh my God, my mind. No team in the playoffs have beat the Broncos this year. 0 teams. All the teams that have beat the Broncos, outski. Jags, we're the last one. We need to get them out of here.
To be fair, the Bills haven't played the Broncos.
No, I know. I'm saying the Jags was the last one.
Yes, for sure.
We haven't played the Patriots. It's just in general. There's 0 teams in the playoffs that have beat us.
Got it.
At home, the Broncos are 19-9 in the playoffs. All time, 19-9, baby. Guys, I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Sean Payton 1 year ago looking at this stadium, looking at this game, and he wasn't saying, damn, I wish we had this. He said, we need to find a way to play this at Mile High, and we're about to play this at Mile High, and it is going to be a matchup for the ages. Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Guys, you are sitting, we are watching, we are cheering.
Oh, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be
so
good game.
Good. So I'm ready. I have to watch it at home. Yes. I think we're going to order some wings.
We are?
I would love to.
Oh, I just found out right now.
some wings, celery, carrots, ranch, blue cheese. Because we got to eat the buffalo wings because we're playing Buffalo.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Wait, is that actually bad or good? If we
I don't know. Are we celebrating Buffalo or are we eating them
like a cannibal? We're going to think on this.
We'll think on it. We'll let you know. Follow us on other things. We'll post about it.
Let's get into primetime picks, baby.
I mean, do you want to just start with that one? Because that's the first game.
Oh, yeah. So that is the first game. So we got Bills at Broncos. All right. Just hurry and write it. Oh, we're turning around in 3, 2, 1. Broncos! Everything I just said is why. Yeah. And I would like to think unbiasedly, I really would like to think I would still choose the Broncos in this game.
I think this is hard. I think if I was unbiased and I go all the way back and I have 0 connection to the Broncos.
I won't be mad at you if you
I know. I would say Bills only because when I can't decide, I always think of who's the better quarterback. And right now, Josh Allen is the better quarterback.
He is.
And that's where I would probably go. But it's tight. And to be fair, right now, the Bills are favored by 1.5 points, which is a tiny margin. It's pretty much a 50-50 game.
And he is the best quarterback, but who has the best pass rush defense?
Dez.
I do.
The Dez Broncos.
The Dez Broncos does. So, Josh Allen, watch out. You were limping against the Jags.
I think I got dry erase stuff in my eyes.
Oh boy. Okay.
Itchy as hell.
Next game we got Saturday night, Texans at Patriots.
Those are just upcoming AFs.
Oh, I apologize.
No, you're all good. It's Niners at Seahawks is that night game.
Niners at
Saturday night.
Guys, this is when I say the third time they've played each other. No, that was Packers Bears. The Niners Seahawks just played each other. Oh yeah,
the last game of the season,
week 18.
Yeah,
to get so this is wild. They're facing each other again. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Seahawks. We both picked the Seahawks.
Caca. Okay, why'd you choose the Seahawks?
Because they're not playing next to EMF towers.
We're never going to live this down.
Pez told me all about it. Also, they're so good. They're coming off, talk about injuries, they're coming off a week of rest while the Seahawks or the Niners are literally limping in. They no longer have George Kittle. I mean, they limped past the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I think their magic's gonna run out.
For all of Drew's reasons, I agree.
Great.
Okay, what's the next game?
So now, I don't know. I just know it's between the Rams and Bears. I think it's Texans Patriots. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Sunday, 12 p.m. Texans at Patriots.
Okay, Texans Patriots.
Okay.
So, man, this is hard.
Okay.
You already have yours? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go mine. Right. 3, 2, 1.
I knew you were going to do this because you knew what I was going to do. Drew's falling behind in his primetime picks.
I got to start picking up picks somewhere. I picked the Texans, but now here's why.
I picked the Patriots.
And Des picked the Patriots. Here's why. A couple reasons. One, I hate the Patriots. I'm a Dolphins fan. I hate the Patriots. Two, the Patriots, until towards the end, were struggling against a limping two Chargers team that has a pretty good defense. The Texans have a phenomenal defense.
You could say the same, though, against the Texans Steelers.
Whatever. Texans have a... I'm not done talking.
Whatever.
Texans have a phenomenal defense and a better offense. Give me the Texans.
Okay. All right.
Why'd you pick the Patriots?
Because I think they're going to win.
Whatever. All right. Last game of the night. Rams at Bears. This is...
I'm so excited for this game, you guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good. Ooh.
I know. Silence is happening. It's the longest. Des is really thinking.
I want to do the opposite of what you did.
Do you know what I did?
I think you did the Rams.
Okay.
Is that what you did?
I'm not telling you.
I want to do the opposite to make it fun. Because I'm really on the fence.
Me too.
And I have reasons for both ways.
Okay.
So let me do the opposite of you.
I picked the Rams.
Yes, I knew it. I can hear how you wrote it. That's why I was quiet. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I picked the Rams, surprise, and Des
I
picked the Bears.
Okay, so I had the Rams and then I erased it.
Okay.
So then I thought about it for a second, but why'd you choose the Rams?
I mean, as I've said just a couple minutes ago, and I have always said, first things first, if I can't decide, look at the quarterbacks. Stafford is having his best season of his career and arguably an MVP season. He is playing lights out. Devontae Adams is back.
Oh, and Puka Nacua. Man, I screwed up.
Yeah. I think it would be a shocker. I think the Rams are winning this game.
I agree with Drew. I think the Rams are winning. Now, why I was on the fence and why eventually I went up with the Bears. Rams are going to Chicago. I think it's supposed to be 11 degrees, wind chill of like -8.
I'm on it.
He's on it. Temperature matters a lot. I mean, it matters way more to Dolphins. But Rams, they play in Los Angeles. Cushy LA, baby. You're going to Chicago, and it might be snowing, so you got weather on your side. You also got Bears fans. LA, we don't really have fans. Is there a big Rams fan base
I mean, there's
here?
more Rams than there are Chargers, but
I wouldn't be scared going into SoFi.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fans are the 12th man on the field. I think with
18 degrees.
18 degrees.
As of now.
I think there is a possibility that the Bears can pull a wild upset with all the passion, all the fire, everything surrounding this team. There's just a shot. And I think, in my opinion, I think this is the closest one.
Yeah.
Do you disagree?
No, I would say, I mean, I picked the Texans, but over the Patriots, but I think, there's a world.
They're all close, dude.
They're
I
all
think
close.
Seahawks Niners is the only one I'm set
But
on.
like the Bears, I don't think a lot of people thought that they would. No one thought they would be here, let alone have a chance against the Rams. So it's gonna be crazy. Also, it's just gonna be crazy.
So
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we needed one other just to like make it a little.
No, that's fair. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it, but here we are. So, guys, divisional round coming up. Oh my God, Saturday, Sunday. I am not okay. I will not be okay for the next 4 days. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I literally, my stomach feels ill talking about it right now. So
yeah. I mean, talk to Pez. She might have like some things for your tummy.
Some little tinctures to take. Yeah.
Tinctures. I love that word.
I know, some
Little
herbs, tinctures and herbs.
So
holy cow.
This was a crazy episode. We were talking about anything and everything.
Cheerios,
Grecian mythology,
EMF exposure. Wow. And football.
And we sprinkled some football in there.
Yes. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday. Go Broncos most of all. But go
Broncfins.
But most probably go Broncos.
For right now.
Right now.